Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, this is Inorganic Material Chemistry, Chem 3115, and this is sixth lecture on sputtering. Sputtering 6. In previous lectures, like sputtering 1, sputtering 2, up to sputtering 5, we have discussed basic phenomena of sputtering, basic principle, basic concept of sputtering. We have also discussed sputter deposition and its applications. We have also discussed different types of sputtering, including direct current sputtering, radio frequency sputtering, triode sputtering, reactive sputtering, glow discharge sputtering. In this lecture, we will talk about some additional methods of sputtering, and among them, ion beam and reactive sputtering have already been discussed. In this lecture, we will discuss non-reactive sputtering and collimative sputtering. Non-reactive sputtering is a process where target of one chemical composition, for example, the element silicon, is sputtered in the absence of reactive gas. What are the reactive gases? For example, nitrogen, oxygen. So in the absence of this reactive gas, the target of one chemical composition is sputtered to form a coating. Sputtering gas is inert gas or non-reactive gas which is used, for example, argon. Benefits of depositing hard tin nitride thin films by non-reactive sputtering. The mechanical and tribological properties of thin nitride coatings prepared in conventional magnetron sputtering chamber according to two different routes. So if we compare a simple usual reactive sputtering of titanium target in an argon and nitrogen atmosphere, and if we compare it with simple sputtering process in which we are not using the reactive gas, instead of that we are using tin nitride as a target material in pure argon atmosphere, we get improved properties in term of hardness and wear from the films which are prepared by non-reactive sputtering route, and this is due to lower presence of oxynitride species, large crystalline domain size. Additionally, a significant hardness enhancement up to 45 gigapascal pressure is obtained when 100-volt DC bias is applied during growth. This behavior is explained by non-collimer growth and small grain size induced by effective ion bombardment. These results demonstrate that non-reactive sputtering of tin nitride target appears a simple and efficient method to prepare hard wear resistance tin nitride films. Sample preparation. Tin nitride coatings are prepared on polished steel by using 16 gigapascal pressure in the presence of sodium chloride and silicon. Substrates, for example, by RF sputtering of titanium nitride or titanium targets in air, in argon or argon nitride discharges respectively. These are different methods for the sample preparation. The applied power in non-reactive sputtering can be 250 watt and the target diameter 2 inches. No intentional heating was applied to the substrates. The base pressure of the vacuum chamber was found to be lower than 6.5 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 4 Pascal and about 0.75 Pascal during deposition. Unbiased and DC negative biased films are prepared in both cases. A prior underlayer calculated 250 nanometer thick of titanium or titanium nitride is deposited for adhesion improvement using the same sputtering power and 100 volt of negative bias. Here are some conclusions. If we see the diagram in the previous slide, we can see A, B, C and D. In two diagrams which are B and D, we have substrates, underlayer substrate and on the substrate we have thin film growth. So these are 4 tin nitride films which have been prepared by two different routes, by magnetron sputtering reactive and non-reactive, and with or without bias resistance. The samples prepared by reactive sputtering of a titanium target using argon nitrogen mixture show smaller grain size and more titanium oxynitride species than their corresponding one prepared by direct sputtering of a titanium nitride target with argon. Additionally, they also show worse wear resistance and lower mechanical properties. The bias reduces the grain size and causes little distortion, exhibiting micro and macro strains. The mechanical properties are improved, especially the samples prepared from a titanium nitride target, and the hardness up to 45 gigapascal and elastic work more than 90% can be achieved by using non-reactive sputtering method. So this improvement is mainly caused by the replacement of the columnar structure by a dense morphology due to the application of a bias, besides of the low grain size, lattice distortion and reduced presence of oxynitride species. Therefore, the non-reactive route appears as a simple option to prepare titanium nitride thin films with good mechanical and tribological performance, which results of practical interest for many applications. So in which this material is used for protective and decorative purposes. Next is collimated sputtering. In simple sputtering, we say that the sputtering is the ejection of atoms from the surface of material, which is target material, by bombardment with energetic particles. It is called sputtering. While the collimated sputtering is a physical vapor deposition method where a collimator is inserted between a conventional full face erosion, sputtering target and substrate. We know that sputtering is a momentum transfer process in which atoms from a cathode, which is also a target, they are driven off by bombarding ions. Sputtered atoms travel until they strike a substrate where they deposit to form the desired layer. For example, we can see the diagram, a simple sputtering process. We have a cathode, which is the target material, sputtering target, and a substrate, which is anode. The argon ions, they strike the target material. The target atoms are sputtered off and they are deposited on the surface of the substrate by making a thin film. And we can also see the plasma, which is present in between the target material and the substrate. So typically, sputtering and lithography are incompatible. The isotropic sputtering plume coats the resist sidewalls, making lift-off difficult. So what is the collimator? The collimator, which is almost touching the substrate, selects sputtered atoms with a narrow range of trajections. The result is a metallization source similar to thermal evaporation, but capable of depositing refractory metals. So in this diagram, you can see in the center, this is the collimator. This is sputter plume, which is limited by the collimator, and this is the substrate. In more detail, what is the collimator? Collimator is a plate of hexagonal cell that acts as a filter to remove obliquely incident atoms before they arrive at the substrate. So only material with nearly normal incidence trajectory may pass through the collimator and deposit on the substrate. Collimated sputtering was initially evaluated for conductor level deposition in order to remove the filling of recessed features. Although the method has been successfully used to fill Damascene structures, depositing thick conductor films is insufficient because most of the sputtered material is captured by the collimator. So causing the collimator to clog quickly, necessitating frequent replacement. So the collimator is actually a gateway from where the sputtered atoms can pass and they can be deposited on a specific surface. A more common use of collimated sputtering is associated with the deposition of thin liner films. For example, thin collimated aluminium alloy films, they have been used as underlayers for aluminium reflow processes. In this diagram, you can see this is the sputter target and this is collimator. In this diagram, we do not have collimator. So due to this, the side walls are not covered. While in this diagram, you can see the material is deposited at the bottom and the side walls are also covered. Also collimated titanium nitride films are used as contact adhesion layers for chemically vapor deposition, metallization. Collimation provides better bottom and side wall coverage for small high aspect ratio features than conventionally sputtered films do this process. So in this diagram you can see this is the collimator. It will reflect, or it will allow the atoms to pass through the collimator, and they will be deposited not only on the bottom but also on the side walls. So collimator sputtered films often exhibit unique properties because the angle of incidence of depositing atoms is controlled. Collimated aluminum magnesium alloys have superior electron migration resistance compared to non-collimated aluminum magnesium films. Collimated tin nitride films appear to exhibit denser grain structures when compared to films deposited with higher amounts of obliquely incident flux. Tin nitride and tin adhesion layer by collimated sputtering. So the formation of tin nitride tin adhesion layer by collimated sputtering for a structured surface with a high aspect ratio is investigated. The bottom coverage is simulated, and the simulated and experimental results were found in agreement if the scattering of sputtered particles by gas is small. Three-dimensional simulation of wall coverage predict a formation of constriction at the top of contact hole, and the formation of constriction is confirmed experimentally. So the formation of constriction causes the peeling of an adhesion layer when a chemical vapor deposition tungsten film is deposited. To avoid the formation of constriction, to tapered contact hole is used. Contact resistance and junction leakage characteristics can be improved by collimation sputtering when an adhesion layer is deposited in contact with high aspect ratio. So this technology is advantageous in contact formation in devices with submicron structures. So how rate of collimated sputtering is increased? A collimated sputtering method that enables to improve the deposition rate per applied unit power and the bottom coverage is provided. This method contains a step of controlling a condition of a glow discharge in a chamber to increase the rate of sputtered species that is contained in a specified angle range and that passes through a collimator. So the rate of sputtered species that can pass through the collimator is increased. Also the rate of the passed species traveling parallel to the normal direction is increased. Small range of arrival angles during depositions can cause non-uniform film, because when the sputtered atoms they pass through a certain area, they will be deposited at a certain place and that place will get thick. On the other hand, the other place can be thin. So a non-uniform film will be deposited. If a material is required to be deposited into a deep contact via a large angle distribution can cause problems. For example, little deposition at the bottom of the via or cusping formation. So the goal is to fill high aspect ratio holes by more directional sputtering with narrow arrival angle distribution. It means that the purpose of the collimated sputtering is that if we have some holes, just like you can see in this diagram, so we need to direct the sputtered atoms in a specific direction so that they can pass through the holes and they can be deposited on the surface of the substrate. For that, we need to insert a plate with high aspect ratio holes, sputter at low pressure, mean path is long enough that few collisions occur between collimator and wafer, species with velocities nearly perpendicular to wafer surfaces pass through the holes. We get reduced deposition rates considerably because most sputtered atoms cannot reach to the substrate. Next is the diode sputtering. If a high negative potential difference is applied between the target and the substrate, in a rarefied argon environment, electrons released from the target collide with the argon atoms and ionize them, giving them a positive charge. These are then accelerated towards the target and strike it at high energy, releasing the target material. However, diode sputtering requires a relatively high process pressure because the electrons flow a short direct route to the anode, which is the substrate. So the probability of any given electron striking a given argon atom where the collisional cross section is relatively low and many gas atoms are needed to increase this. This in turn means that sputtered material goes through many collisions with gas atoms, greatly reducing the amount actually reaching the substrate. Deposition rates are low and much of the target material coats the system rather than the substrate. But coverage of uneven surfaces can be highly uniform. So if you remember, in previous lecture we have discussed about triode and diode. Diode is a device which allows the flow of current in one direction. So this is the thing we are talking about it here, that simply the electrons move from cathode towards anode and on their way they strike with the argon atoms and ionize them, giving them positive charge, and these positive cations they are accelerated toward the target where they strike with the target and high energy target material atoms are released. This is the diagram for diode sputter deposition method. It is just a simple, just like this is we have a target material and on the other side we have a substrate. The plasma contains electrons, neutral argon atoms and argon cations. So the electrons move from cathode towards anode and they strike with the argon gas and they ionize the argon gas, and the ionized argon atoms they strike to the target material from where they eject atoms which are deposited on the surface of the substrate. I will again repeat a little about non-reactive sputtering and collimative sputtering. So non-reactive sputtering is that sputtering in which we are not using any kind of reactive gas. Instead of that, our target material is in the form of the product which we want to deposit on the surface of the substrate. So for example, if we want to deposit tin nitride on the surface of a substrate material, we can use two methods. In one method, we can simply use titanium target in the presence of argon and nitrogen. Nitrogen is reactive gas here. And the other method can be we are not using any reactive gas. Instead of that, simply in the presence of argon, we can use titanium nitride, and this titanium nitride can be deposited on the surface of the substrate. So this is very simple about non-reactive sputtering. And the second one, we have talked about collimated sputtering, in which we are using a collimator. And what is collimator? It is a plate of hexagonal cell that acts as a filter to remove obliquely incident atoms before they arrive at the substrate. So in collimative sputtering, we have control on the incident target atoms which are striking at the surface of the substrate. We can control them, we can control their path, and especially those materials which have holes. And it is difficult to deposit the target material inside the holes. We can deposit them by using a collimator. So the collimator will direct the sputtered atoms directly towards the holes where they will be deposited on the surface of the substrate. And the third one, diode sputtering, it is very simple. Diode is a device which allows the flow of current in one direction. So in this method, we have a cathode and anode. Electrons move from cathode towards the anode, and during their movement, they ionize the atoms of argon, and the argon ions strike the target, and target is sputtered off, and then it is deposited on the surface of the substrate. This is all about this lecture. Thank you very much.